So, as expected, Denver Nuggets did bounce back. I knew this was not going to be a sweep. I knew it wasn't going to be a good 4-game series. Some people was already thinking that was going to happen. But no, they are a champion. The Denver Nuggets are a champion. I will say that. In this game, it was probably close for the first quarter. And then after that, the Denver Nuggets just put their foot on the gas and just beat the absolute crap out of the Minnesota Timberwolves. Jamal Murray bounced back from having 8 points. I think he had 10 points by the end of the first quarter. He finished the game with 24 points. Better shooting than he did last. I think he was 3 for 18 in game 2. Despite getting booed as well. I don't know why they's even booing him. I think they was booing him because of the whole throwing the heat pack thing. But it didn't work because I think it just fueled him. He just absorbed the boos and just killed the Minnesota high-ranking defense little by little in this game. Jokic also stepped up. I think he was the first player in 8 post games with 200 points, 100 assists, and 75. No. Take that back. 200 points, 100 rebounds, and 75 assists in the first in 8-game postseason. I think that's what the record was. It's not everywhere. I think he's the first and only player to do that. And I think the Denver Nuggets joined a list of teams who bounced back after a 30-point loss and ended up blowing the same team they lost to by 30 points to their own selves as well. Everyone contributed in this game, not just Jokic and Murray. Michael Porter Jr., I think he had 21. The Denver Nuggets actually looked like the Denver Nuggets of old. They was moving the ball around. Aaron Gordon doing what he usually do, being on the basket, getting those dunks. It was just pick and roll everything. Not so much ISO like they was pretty much doing in the first couple of games of this postseason. As far as the Timberwolves was concerned, they came out dry. And when you come out dry like that, you tend to get blown out. Ant-Man had 19 points. I think Cat had 14 points. Rudy Gobert was pretty much useless, even though I think the Timberwolves were in foul trouble as well. There was some very questionable calls, too. But Timberwolves got to fight through that. They didn't fight through that, and they got their asses smacked off the court in this game. I do say this. There's a difference between Ant-Man and LeBron James. And this is where I'm going with this one. So, as we all know, in the last round, the first round, LeBron had nothing but excuses. He blamed the replay center, talked about a different game that happened earlier in the night, blamed Darvin Ham, blamed Arkansas Justin Bieber, blamed the guy in the stands just getting his popcorn. He had everyone blame everyone but himself. He didn't blame himself for taking that erratic 3 in game 2. He didn't blame himself for not boxing out, for not hustling back on defense. He didn't do none of that. He blamed everyone. We don't. This is his MO. Blame everyone. Nothing's never ever my fault. Everyone. Always somebody else's fault. It ain't my fault. Someone else's fault. That's LeBron. Sorry to go on that rant right there. And then you look at Ant-Man after the interview in game 3 last night. They asked him, they was interviewing him. And one of the first things he said that it was his fault. The reason why the Timberwolves came out lackadaisical and with no energy. Put the blame on him. Put all the blame on him. Say we got to do better. I got to do better. We all got to do better as a team. It's our fault that the Denver Nuggets crushed us tonight. It's my fault that we ain't come up with no energy. Give praise to the Denver Nuggets. The Denver Nuggets did what they needed to do. They are NBA champions, so they're going to do what they need to do to keep their season alive. And gave props to the other team, showed humility, and stood up like a leader and stood on it. Didn't blame Cat. Didn't blame Rudy Gobert for having a child. Didn't blame the fan that didn't stand up during the Pledge of Allegiance. Didn't blame the bum outside a Target Center for peeing on the street lamp. Didn't do none of that. He stood on business. It was his fault. The team didn't have energy. He has to show more energy as a leader, and he would do better moving forward. And gave praise to the other team, unlike a balding idiot that thinks he's a Californian, but he's just a boy from Akron with his own museum. Go check out the interview with Ant after Game 3. That's how it's supposed to be done. That's the way Jordan did it. And to surprise the other one, some other people say, "Oh, Kobe never did." Kobe did it too. Most great basketball players who are the leader of their team, the face of the team, usually take all the criticism and put the blame on their shoulders and not blame anyone else. So that's what leaders do. But anyways, I also think this is the 40th game for Jokic, having 20 points, 10 rebounds, or more than 10 rebounds and more than 5 assists. I think this is the 40th game because I think he had 24 points. Maybe I think it was 15 rebounds and 9 assists. He was shy from a triple-double. So, anyways, the Denver Nuggets made adjustments. Like I said, they look like the Denver Nuggets of old. Despite that, I think some calls were bad calls towards the Minnesota Timberwolves. Their defense looked like it kept it together. Jamal Murray as well put the blame on his shoulders for not showing up in Game 2 and went out there and had a ball. But anyways, this now series is 2-1. Game 4 will be on Sunday, I believe. It'll be on Sunday, and we'll see what happens from there. It looks like Jamal Murray is finally getting healthy again because he looked like he had bounce. Looked like he had more pep in his step with that calf injury he had. So we should see what goes on moving forward. Anyways, tell me what you guys think.